Good afternoon. I'd like to call the Ways and Means Committee meeting to order, please. Philip Stockin, Chair of the committee. Please stand and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call.
Mr. Stockin,
Present.
Mr. Fanton, Mr. Curran,
Here.
Mr. Decker,
Here.
Mr. Havey,
Here.
Mr. Healy,
Here.
Mrs. Hopkins, Mrs. Root, Mr. Crandall. 9 members present.
Thank you. Next item is the approval of the audit. It was emailed to you, and there's a copy on your desk. Could I have a motion? Mrs. Root, support. Mr. Fanton. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Referrals from committees. Resource Management. Mr. Decker?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Resource Management Committee, County Administrator Carissa Knapp is requesting permission to hire a recreation director and 8 to 10 lifeguards to oversee the public beach operation at Rushford Lake for the 2021 swim season. The public beach is set to open on Memorial Day weekend. The beach will remain open on weekends through June 20th, and then beginning June 26th, they will be open to the public from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. And the beach will close on Labor Day, September 7th, 2021. I'll move that.
Motion, is there support? Mr. Kern? Any discussion? Mr. Healy?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. These positions, they currently exist, is that correct? And as I understand it, the employees have worked for us for several years?
I believe that's my understanding.
I am not entirely sure if each lifeguard has worked for us for several years, but these positions have existed. Some of the lifeguards come back. Sometimes we have to get new ones. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back through the employee records to see if all of these have worked in previous years.
Okay. But some of them have, are
Some of them,
returning,
I
yes.
think the kids, they're high school or college kids, they do tend to come back for a couple summers in a row before moving on to adult jobs.
And the director's a returning director?
Yes, the director is our returning director.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number 2.
Administrator Knapp is requesting a resolution to approve a 2021 budget adjustment to increase the allocation to the Sportsman's Federation to the previous year's level of funding. This would allow the 2021 allocations to match the 2020 annual appropriations of $2,500 for wildlife and $3,500 for conservation, and I'll move that.
Motion,
Second.
support. Mr. Healy. And any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Thank you. Planning and Economic Development, Mrs. Root.
Yep. Planning Director Keir Durham is requesting authorization to apply for the Hazardous Mitigation Grant Program, Planning Grant. Allegheny County last updated this hazard mitigation plan in 2018. The plan is over 3,000 pages, and it takes about 18 months to update. The total grant is $112,000. Local share is about $37,000, and I will move this.
Is there a second? Mr. Decker. Okay. Any questions? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Public Safety, Mr. Healy.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The District Attorney's Office is requesting permission to create and/or fill several positions, as the case may be, as outlined below and in the attached MOEs. We'll do number 1 through 5, District Attorney, full-time first assistant District Attorney. And we'll do number 2, part-time second assistant District Attorney. Number 3 is a part-time third assistant District Attorney. Number 4 is a fourth assistant District Attorney. And number 5 is a fifth assistant District Attorney. And we'll do all those in one I'll move that.
Motion, support, Mr. Fanton. Any questions? These are all permissions to fill these positions. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried.
And then the last one from the district attorney's office, permission to fill one full-time senior typist, grade 7, step base, step 7. This position is needed to keep pace with the new duties and paperwork required by the New York State law and mandates of the New York State. And that's also is outlined further in the attached MOE and, or request to fill position. And I'll move that.
So support, Mr. Kern. Any questions? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Are there any other referrals to come before the committee today? Any old business? New business? Good of the order? And now I would like to announce an executive session, and this is being held for discussion of the medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation, or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation. When this executive session is over, there will be no further business of the committee, simply adjournment. So at this time, I would entertain a motion to go into executive session. Mr. Kern, support Mr. Havey. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried.